Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Raging Fury 55 bringing you guys a brand new video in the flesh. I'm right here on the webcam, and today we'll be talking about the most salty kid in the Halo 5 infection community. And this is a video I never really wanted to do. I toyed with the idea, but I just didn't want to do it to create drama. But recently, I just had a lot of accusations against me, and I just have to do it now. I have to do this video basically now. And you might be wondering, hey, what are you talking about? What wild accusations? And it's by a kid, mostly by a kid named Isaac Church. And this kid, I've heard he's a European player, small brain, small PP, and yeah, basically what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go over a few videos where he commented on my video, and we're gonna go over his comment and see the logical fallacies, whether he's correct or wrong. And yeah, let's get right into it. So first of all, the first video he ever commented on was this video titled "Why the Current Halo 5 Infection Record is Illegitimate, the Truth." This was a video I made in university. I think I just finished my finals or my midterms, and I was just really pissed off by this gameplay by a player named Jerks, who got 164 kills on Nerf Center, but it was obviously boosted, so I spent like 13 hours making a script, analyzing his gameplay, and made a really solid point of why the gameplay is illegitimate, and basically fleshed out what a lot of other people were thinking. And Isaac Church, this like the right-hand man of Jerks, started talking shit in my comments, and we're just gonna go over some of these comments real quick. So first comment, that record is illegal. And then Isaac Church just says nope. Okay, that's a little bit short of a comment, but all right. Next comment by Jerks, or not by Jerks, by Isaac Church. Or first of all, we gotta read this comment by Bilal Rana. Hopefully I said that right. And he says, "Why did Jerks had to boost off that many kills?" And I said, Miguel was feeding him, but Jerks didn't want him to feed him. It was out of his control, sort of. He could have killed him less, to be honest. So basically what I'm talking about here is Miguel, this player in the gameplay, was feeding Jerks, was boosting him kills, which is completely illegitimate. Jerks claims it was out of his control, so fine, it wasn't Jerks' fault, but it still makes the gameplay illegitimate. So yeah, and then Isaac Church makes this comment, no, he couldn't have. Think about it, if someone pushes you who you aren't teaming with, you'll kill them. Simple, I'm not letting someone sit near me if I'm not teaming. And honestly, he has a good point here. This might be his biggest brain statement he's made so far, or ever. I've let people who I think are teaming with me sit next to me, and then I'll be on the kill apocalypse in the feed, and they'll just backsmack me. I'm like, okay, WTF? So yeah, Isaac Church has a point here. Yeah, I mean, if they're not on your fire team, and they're just some random person who's trying to team with you, fine, you're allowed to kill them. Yeah. I can't really argue against this statement right here. This is one of his better statements, so that's why I liked it. All right, next comment we have for this video is by Deadly Foamite. And Deadly Foamite, he's a big brain kid like me, and he makes a really good point about American history, where they're not completely parallel, but the case of Richard Nixon and the Watergate scandal is actually very, very similar to Jerks' boosting problem here. Basically, I'm gonna just read the paragraph here, and yeah, I'm just gonna analyze this thread of comments real quick. So first of all, Deadly Foamite says, for Jerks' point that even without Fed kills, he would have still had the record, we can look to a pivotal point in American government. Richard Nixon looked heavily in the clear for his second term re-election due to internal chaos and dissent within the Democratic Party due to weak candidates. However, he felt the need to listen in to one of their tapes, thus causing the Watergate scandal. He would go on to win the presidential election. When this was discovered, he was impeached from office, and rightfully so. Even if his actions were necessary for his victory, it was still invalidated. And the same should apply to this gameplay. There are too many inconsistencies in this game to disregard something as integral as this. Not to mention, he blatantly shot point blank even when Miguel made no effort to attack him. He could have ignored him rather than kill him. This gameplay is obviously boosted, and the fact that so many European players come to his defense proves that. If it needs defending to the point that debate continues for months on end due to ignorance and irrationality, then that only goes to show how non-legit it is. The gameplay is fatally flawed and should be treated as such. We've seen all other gameplays of Wreckers, and there has been no question for the most part about how legit they are. If a gameplay requires this much scrutiny, even when it's flat out incorrect, then it's no longer a debate. We cannot allow ignorance or favoritism to deny or invalidate hard, solid facts. I stand with you, Troy, and someone needed to say all of this. He had a lot of good points in here. And favoritism has been a big problem in the infection community, where UK players favor their own players, and since UK players have the majority of the power in the infection community, they're basically running the infection community like a dictatorship, which has been changing recently, which is good. But back when this video was made, it was still a bigger problem. Later on here, Jerks talks about how Jerks is still a good player, blah, blah, and yeah, I mean, Jerks is a good player. He's probably like a top 10 player in the infection community, and no one can deny that. We've all seen his gameplay is really good, but it doesn't deny that his gameplay is boosted, and we can't change that. We don't know what would have happened if Miguel, the player who's boosting Jerks, didn't boost Jerks. We don't really know. All we do know is a booster, Miguel, is a really good player, and probably would have made it so Jerks couldn't have gotten the record, but we don't really know. So we'll scroll down here, and Isaac Church says, Deadly Fomite, you're really wrong. Just saying, I don't care for the US history lesson, but it doesn't matter. Jerks killed the zombies, which is what you should do in infection. Just because that he killed a zombie who was being an idiot means it invalidates his gameplay. No, it's a legit gameplay, and I guarantee no American will do anywhere near as good as this. Europe is just better. So wow, that's a lot to take in. First of all, Europe is just better. Like, that's super fucking racist. I just need to say that. That's super racist. We have a lot of good players. An American, Spooky Loss, he won the last 2 infection tournaments. He's an American, and he won like the last 2 tournaments. So why are you saying Europe is just better? That's complete dogus. I don't know why you're saying that. That's super racist. Small PP. What? It's a legit gameplay, and I guarantee no American will do anywhere near as good as this. Yet again. Seriously, dude? Like, kind of racist yet again. And plenty of Americans have hit good gameplays. Gameplays just as good as Europeans. I can name a couple by Kylo Renegade. I know Kylo Renegade has hit a couple of good gameplays. Even myself, I've hit a couple of good gameplays, even though I'm not the best player in the world. I kind of got a lucky bull sometimes. But, okay, here we go. Other sentence. Just because that he killed a zombie who was being an idiot means it invalidates his gameplay? No. I had a heart attack just trying to read that. That's super bad grammar. And on top of that, what the fuck are you talking about? When a player boosts you, it doesn't matter if he's in your fire team or not in your fire team. It invalidates the gameplay. It might not be your fault, but it invalidates the gameplay. And I don't really know what he's trying to go with here. And then Jerks killed the zombies, which is what you should do in infection. Yeah, that's true. But that doesn't stop the point that the gameplay is illegitimate. It might have not been Jerks' fault, but it still makes the gameplay illegitimate. So what the fuck are you talking about? Microscopic PP comment right here. Alright, I'm back, and I'm actually editing the video right now, and I just realized that there is a show more comments button. So I basically skipped over like 2/3 of this comment thread right here. And basically you have here, you have me defending myself, showing that, hey, I have all my narratives recorded in the description. And then you have Liam clearly saying, I as a church, dude, do you understand the infection community at all? Do you have any concept of what boosting is? Your last sentence in that paragraph was one of the most childish and pathetic things I've ever read. Before you write a big paragraph with no actual logic, please back it up with your research and learn what boosting is. Cheers. And in Deadly Fomite, I'm not going to read it all, but he basically reiterated why Jerks' gameplay is illegitimate and why Isaac Church is wrong. And he brings up some really good points. And then Isaac Church keeps babbling on about how he's right and everyone else is wrong and they're boosters. And It's just sad that people have this low of an IQ. And Isaac Church just keeps babbling on about how he's right and everyone else besides jerks is boosters, which is so stupid. And Isaac Church is living in this fantasy world where everyone should bow down to jerks and worship him as the almighty God. And I honestly think when Isaac Church sees jerks, he has a throbbing cock in his pants because that's how much he loves to suck the dick off of Jerks' pelvis. And it's not even Jerks' fault, really. Isaac Church is just a dumbass. And yes, maybe it's a little bit of Jerks' fault for not correcting Isaac Church, but most of it is just Isaac Church just being so dumb that no one can get in his head that he's wrong. Alright, let me just go back to editing and you guys can watch the rest of the video. Let's go to some other stuff here. Let's see. TK and Death made a statement basically defending me and my video. And I'm gonna read it real quick. I stand by my comment that raging included. I agree if Miguel wasn't there, then you probably would have gotten the record. But Miguel is just like a kid who crouches in the corner. It's out of your control, but at the same time it did happen. It's bullshit that Miguel would do that. He single-handedly ruined what could have been a great record. But it is what is said and you can't ignore that. Also, this isn't a UK versus US thing. It's who your friends are and who you believe, and that has no correlation to where you live. Jerks Miguel equivalents to a kid sitting in a cage who costa you in the game, no control over it, but you can't ignore altering the game. Once again, IMO, and also this is kind of like old, but yeah, I agree, it sadly isn't legit and should be removed. Yeah, so basically he's just defending me, how this isn't like a race thing, and the only reason why it's kind of like a race thing is because all the UK players are friends together, which makes it kind of like a UK versus US thing, but it just coincidentally happened like that. But I don't want it to be like that. Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm kind of rambling right now. But and then Isaac Church replies to TK and Death. Nope, Jerks has the record. It's legit. Don't try and take a hike down, then compliment him. Make up your mind up. No one has gone close to his record. Y'all dog shit compared to him. Miguel gave him kills because he gave up, not because it's boosted. He wasn't teaming nor in a fire team with Jerks, and I think his kills should still be counted. He gave up doesn't affect Jerks' gameplay. It's undebatable. The community made up its mind and said it wasn't boosted. Try and debate me on it. I love to see your points. So first of all, no one has gone close to his record. Yeah, that's because the gameplay was boosted. No one has gone close to it because the gameplay was boosted. It's not because he's way better. There's a lot of good players like Jerks. It's just the gameplay was boosted. I don't know if Isaac Church has the mental capacity to understand that, but yeah. And then here he says, y'all are dog shit compared to him. First of all, y'all, you're European, bro. Why are you saying y'all? Y'all are dog shit compared to him? Yet again, he's saying that Americans are dog shit compared to Europeans, which is super fucking racist. And then he goes on to say here, Miguel gave him kills because he gave up, not because he boosted. This is also bullshit. Miguel started feeding Jerks and suiciding for Jerks starting round 1. So this also doesn't really make sense. And sweats usually don't give up. The players who usually give up are noobs. Noobs will always give up. Sweats will usually go hardcore on you. They'll try and kill you no matter what. So this also doesn't really make sense. And then he says here, the community made up its mind and said it wasn't boosted. No, that's not true. The community hasn't made up its mind because I've talked to many players and they all agree with me that this gameplay is not legit. So why are you saying the community has made up your mind? Like, he's living in this fantasy world where everyone believes this gameplay is legit, but it's not. And I don't know, we can't get in his head because Isaac Church has such a small PP, he can't understand that Jerks gameplay is boosted, and it's sad. I'm honestly pitying Isaac Church. Like, is he really this dumb right now? Small PP. I'm disliking that. He wasn't teaming nor in a fire team with Jerks, and I think his kills should still be counted. Yet again, a false statement, because I matched kids where there's like 3 or 4 kids feeding me, and I know they're like just boosting me on purpose, but they weren't in my fire team. So is that a legit gameplay now? No, it's not. It's not legit. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. This is kind of sad. And then TK and Death says here, Isaac Church, sorry for the delay. Just saw your post because it's irrelevant. he directly impacted the game, and there's also multiple points where one more zombie that was trying to play the game would have ended it, because it did affect the gameplay. It DQs it. Also, if you're going to insult my skill, at least provide your gamer tag so I can see yours. And you see here that Isaac Church doesn't reply, because he doesn't have a good reply here. At least in my opinion. Alright, let's keep on scrolling here. He makes a comment here. Nothing too bad. Oh, here we go. He made a comment on one of my posts a couple months ago where I made a meme, and he made a comment completely irrelevant to the meme. And he said, "Can I ask how you're gonna get fucked that bad against jerks and attorney? Don't talk shit to the players above you." First of all, I wanna say, he made this comment before the tourney, so we had an infection tournament coming up. He made this comment before the infection tournament even happened. So why is he saying that jerks fucks me before the tournament even happened? The tournament hadn't even happened yet. Yes, after this comment was made, I did play in the tournament and I did lose. I was playing on 100 ping because I was playing in a UK server. And yet I still made it to the finals. I made it to the finals of the tournament, which I was very happy about. And considering I was at university for 8 months, that was all I was asking for, honestly. 10th place in a UK server, I'll take that any day. And you'll see here, I said, fuck. Give me a second, I gotta reply to this. Sorry, I had to reply to something. I'm back. Hopefully I'm starting the right track. So I say here, Lamau, I lost because it was a UK server, which has 100 ping. Not really fair, to be honest. I still did fairly well in consideration, however. Which is true. I live in California, so I basically had the worst connection compared to everyone. And if you play Infection, you know that connection is everything in Infection, especially in a sweaty tourney or a tournament. And Isaac Church says, Quench Gaming, you do realize Halo 5 is run on dedicated, so it would find a server suitable for all players. Everyone was lagging, but sometimes lag gives you an advantage as a zombie. If you don't want to lag, why don't you set up the customs? It's the same outcome. He's a better player than you, Troy. You're so cocky for someone who got shit on. So first of all, yes, Halo 5 is run on dedicated servers, so it would find a server suitable for all players. But I have a feeling that it gives it an advantage to the host. I do know it gives an advantage to the host because in the tournament, I think there's 2 UK players and it gave a UK server, which made no sense at all. I was playing in a practice tournament where there was also 2 UK players, but there was an American hosting it, and my connection was fine in that practice tournament. So even though, yes, it's run dedicated servers, this statement is not really true here. Everyone was lagging, but sometimes lag gives you an advantage as a zombie. Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit true, but it really isn't. By that statement, should I just move to New Zealand and be zombie 24/7 and just infect everyone? And just have like 500 ping? Like, no, lag doesn't really give you an advantage as a zombie. It just helps you trade a little bit more once or twice, but that's basically it. If you don't want to lag, why don't you set up the customs? I've actually talked about this. I talked to Infection Hub, hey, can you set it up so an American person hosts the tournament? And they ignored me. So yes, I tried asking them so I could set up the customs or another American player could set up the customs, and they just completely ignored me. So yes, I did try this. And no, it's not the same outcome. I'm sure if I hosted the tournament and we had a California server, the outcome would have been completely different. I might have not won, but I would have done better, and the UK players would have done worse. I know that for sure. So yeah, small PP, small PP, small PPs for everyone. And you see here, I made a good argument against him. I'm not gonna read it all because I just can't read every comment. And okay, here we go. I'm just gonna skip to here, get to the juicy part of the comment section, where Isaac Church says, Quench Gaming, I'm not saying it's OP for a human, but a laggy zombie is pretty hard to kill. I'm a lot better than you. I'm sorry. I know that I am. You can guarantee a kill every time you lunge. Jerks and regress are so much better than you, and you boost clips. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, small PP here. I don't really know what to say here. And you boost clips. I've talked about this many times, where in one of my videos, the video where I explain why the world record is boosted, I put links in the description of that video showing every single clip I've ever gotten in Infection, and basically show that I've never boosted, or I boosted in like 2017 a little bit, but like 98% of my clips are not boosted. Cause I'm really strict about that. I don't boost my clips at all. Really strict about it. And he's saying, and you boost clips, ha 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 ha. Where's the evidence for that? I don't see the evidence. You can watch all my videos, I don't boost. Jerks and regress are so much better than you. Yeah, they're probably better than me. I've seen them play. I'm either on par with them or they're better than me. That's true. I don't really have anything to say about that. And he says, I'm a lot better than you. I don't know why he said this. I asked for his gamer tag and he never replied. Because he knows that if I played him in Infection or even in Slayer, I don't even play Slayer, but I know if I played him in Slayer, I could probably beat him too. Because this kid doesn't sound very good. I've played a lot of players in the Infection community, and I only know a few who are on par with me and could beat me consistently. And Isaac Church is definitely not one of those people who could beat me. I asked for his gamer tag and he never replied. What is that saying? He's a McCarthy. If you don't know, McCarthy was this guy in the 1950s who made radical accusations about how he knew all this evidence about communists and blah, 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 but he would never actually show the evidence. And Isaac Church is doing the same shit. He's saying all this shit about me boosting clips, but he doesn't have evidence for it. And it's just making him sound like a dumbass, to be honest. Small PP. Here's another comment on my video. My aimbot pistol skills saved me 94 kills and power installation 484. Basically in that video, I kind of complained because I was playing solo, and because I was playing solo in the last round, I got screwed because there's something wrong with the gameplay. Like someone like just wouldn't die or something like that. So I got screwed over and I didn't break the world record. And I was complaining about that, saying how I could have broken the world record if that kid wasn't there, which was true. And then Isaac Church says, go on then, break 110 on the map. And I did. I actually did do that a couple days ago. All right, moving on. Here's a video. Halo 5 Infection world record, 168 kills on drill site by Jerks. So basically, Jerks hit 168 kills on drill site, and I didn't find anything wrong with it, so I uploaded the gameplay. And Isaac Church made several comments on this video, and let me find a good comment here. Isaac Church, no one will ever beat it. There's nothing inherently wrong with that comment. Let me see. Isaac Church says here, a game this good doesn't happen often, and Jerks is the only one that's able to do this. That's facts. No, I mean, what am I supposed to say here? Jerks is not the only good player. There's many good players who could hit similar gameplays in this lobby. Yeah, this is just not a true statement. Jerks is the only one that is able to do this. No, there's other players who could do this. I know Spooky Lost could do this. Kyle Renegade could do it. Like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? Small PP. And Virtual Moth, my boy, says, I'm sorry I get your friends, but what is this weird session you have with Jerks? He's defo in the top 3 right now, without a doubt, but why are you worshipping him so much as he's a religious icon? I just don't get it. And yeah, I don't know if you can tell here, but Isaac Church, he basically just wants to suck the dick off of Jerks' pelvis. He wants to blow Jerks, and I don't know why Isaac Church is doing this. It doesn't really make sense to me. Like, when I first saw these comments by him, I honestly still think he's kind of a troll. Like, I don't even know if he's actually being serious right now by his comments, because he's kind of stupid, to be honest. Let's keep on going. Here's another one where he's just basically sucking the dick off his Jerks' pelvis right here. I'm not gonna read it. Oh boy. Here's another comment by him. Oh wow, how much do we have here? I have a little bit more here. Isaac Church. Who is King Death Fan 122? I have photos of him being in a game of Solar. Is it 2 people on 1 account? Also, there seems to be a large amount of infections and a small amount of survival kills per game. The win rate is awful, and over half of the kills on it are infections. It's quite clearly a boosting account. Can I ask why you didn't upload this gameplay immediately instead of waiting over a week to upload? Now, this game, Solar, aka King Death Fan 122, gets 10 infections and 1 survival kill. Weird, huh? That's not a lot of survival kills for a Smurf, and especially for a high-skilled player like Solar. And it's weird, in the last round he says, why aren't they killing me? He is suiciding to get you last, but instead of jumping off the map, he's walking into them and letting you die. This gameplay is unlegit. Wow, there's a lot of things wrong with this. I'm gonna just dislike it right off the bat. First of all, yeah, me and Solar share a Smurf account because I can't be asked to make a Smurf account. I forgot how to make a Smurf account, so I just use his whenever I want a Smurf. yeah, what's wrong with sharing a Smurf account? I don't really understand the problem with that. And then he says how there's a large amount of infections and a small amount of survival kills per game. Yet again, what is wrong with that? Whenever me and Solar are playing together, side by side, we make sure we're following the rules. We're not boosting. We're not hitting barrels of suicide. Yeah, Solar might be running into zombies, but all gameplays do this. I mean, Jerks in his 168 kill gameplay had his teammates do the exact same thing. Yet for him, it's okay. Like, I don't really get that. Like, Isaac Church will always defend Jerks no matter what he does. But no matter what I would do, he's going to attack me. He's always going to attack me. For why? I don't know. And Isaac Church is just this terrorist. I don't know how else to explain it here. And I think you guys see the pattern here. Yeah, again, he's saying here how Solar is walking to zombies and dying instantly. Yeah, what's wrong with that? All gameplays do that. A lot of gameplays do that. If you have a teammate, like, I've analyzed a lot of gameplays recently, and the teammate always dies like 10 or 20 seconds in. Like, is that a coincidence? No, they're dying on purpose. So the kid who's going for the world record can hit the world record. World records can't be hit with a teammate if your teammate is actually trying. And Isaac Church's brain is so dead and so blinded by this fantasy that Jerks is the best player in the world that he can't see this. And it's honestly sad. That's basically it for this video. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. I just want to lay out the facts and defend my point. In summary, Isaac Church is making points about me where I boost my gameplays, where everyone knows I'm the most radical person to not boost. I make sure I follow the rules. And then whenever Jerks does whatever I do, it's okay for him because Isaac Church just doesn't give a shit whenever Jerks does something wrong. When Jerks blatantly boosts, Isaac Church does not give a shit. But if I know if I did that, if I had 164 kills in Nerve Center, he would call me out for it. I know Isaac Church would call me out for it. Like, it's so stupid. And I just can't believe someone is like this brain dead. I'm getting a call right now. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm back. But I really hope you guys get my point. In total, Isaac Church, whatever you're doing, you're just making yourself look like a dumbass. And I don't know why you're doing it. You're in this fantasy world where Jerks is the best player in the world, where in reality, no, there's many good players. And will he eventually realize that? I don't really know. In addition to that, Isaac Church, by calling me out, you're calling out Jerks because Jerks does very similar things in some of his gameplays, and a lot of other sweats do the exact same thing. We all know it's legit for having your teammates run into zombies. Eagle's done it. A lot of players have done it. I've talked to an anonymous source, and they said that Isaac Church does the exact same thing for his teammates sometimes. He'll run into the zombies or even suicide right off the bat. So basically, he's a hypocrite. And I wish I could go into this anonymous source. There's a lot of good stuff here, but he wanted to be off the record. I had a couple of anonymous sources who were saying even more points, which would just completely destroy Isaac Church. Like, Isaac Church is a hypocrite, but I can't leak the DMs because that would just not be fair. He was off the record, and I can't say whatever he was saying. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope that cleared up a little bit. And hopefully this is the last video I have to make on this. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.